Hi folks. As you're doing the work of putting together your portfolio items to apply for our educator certification credential, you might be wondering, who's going to look at these things? Who's going to read my letter of intent? Who's going to look at my syllabus and my lesson plans and all of my assessments? Who's going to watch my videos? Actually, it's teachers just like you. It's educators who've been specifically trained to take a look at the core competencies, understand what types of evidence would show competency in each of the 10 standards, and use the rubric that you can download from our website to go through and look for evidence throughout your portfolio. These aren't folks that are judges. These are folks that know what it takes to be in the classroom just like you. And they've gone through the process of learning how to evaluate a portfolio properly. So let's take a look at that rubric real quick and get an idea of how the reviewers are going to go through your portfolio. Okay, let's take a look at the rubric. For each of the 10 standards, there's a page that the reviewers will take a look at. Let's start with Standard 1. Standard 1 has to do with learner development and well-being. And it says, it's summarized as teachers recognize patterns of learning and development vary individually within and across physical, cognitive, emotional, spiritual, and social aspects. Teachers design and implement developmentally appropriate and challenging learning experiences and maintain a focus on the progress of learners throughout the educational process. So the reviewers are looking for evidence of this in your portfolio items. So some of those things might be how you answered your application questions, what you said in your statement of interest, what your recommenders said in their letters, what you have in your syllabus, your course outlines, your lesson plans, your assessments, what you do in your videos, what your students said in your course evaluations. So how you might demonstrate design and implementation might be how you put together your syllabus and your lesson plans. How you maintain a focus on the progress of learners throughout the educational process. Maybe that happens in your videos. Maybe that's apparent in your assessments and your graded assessments. And then the reviewers have to make a decision whether you meet the expectations here of Standard 1 based on the evidence, or whether you do not meet the expectations of this standard. And they do have one more choice. Let's say that maybe the evidence, you didn't present enough evidence to really help them determine whether you meet Standard 1, but maybe they suspect you do based on how you've met other standards. They can actually choose evidence not found rather than saying you don't meet the expectations right away. If they choose that, then I reach out to the applicant and ask for more evidence. So you do have that extra chance, but it's better to present overwhelming evidence in the beginning than to let the reviewers have the choice between, I didn't find any evidence, or hey, this person doesn't meet the expectations of this standard at all. So you want meets expectations to be pretty evident, and so several places in your portfolio you may want to demonstrate that standard. If you feel like you've demonstrated that standard well in one piece of your portfolio, go ahead and attempt to find evidence in other pieces of your portfolio as well, so that it really doesn't leave it to chance that they just missed that one piece that was the one piece of evidence of this standard. I suspect you'll have plenty to go on. And the same with each of the 10 standards. The reviewers will go through and look for evidence in your complete portfolio. So I hope that helps understand what's going to happen when we receive your portfolio, and we look forward to adding you to our list of certified educators.